You mean theaters are allowed to play other movies besides Star Wars? The Hateful Eight is the 8th movie written and directed by Quentin Tarantino, starring Kurt Russell, Samuel L. Jackson, Jennifer Jason Leigh, and Walter Goggins. I went to the special roadshow event, which was presented in 70mm. This is the first movie I have ever seen shot and presented in 70mm with the correct ratio aspect in the theaters. Did I really notice? No, not really. If this movie was shot in IMAX and presented in digital form, it would have looked just as good. It is an extremely beautiful looking movie. But is that because Quentin Tarantino is a fantastic director and brought on a great cinematographer? Or is that because it was shot in 70mm? I think it was probably the former, and whatever the movie was shot on, it was going to look great. I am also colorblind, so maybe something is lost on me personally as a viewer. Shooting in 70mm is really more for Tarantino and him being a lover of classic cinema and the way movies used to be made. I personally love going to the theater tonight and getting a program for the movie, having a musical overture, and having an intermission during the film. It made for a special evening, and it harkens back to the 50s and 60s when going to the movies was an actual event. This still could have been accomplished shooting the movie on another format and presenting it in a digital form. I'm a general overall history nut, so going to a movie shot in an older style was interesting to me in its own right. This was Tarantino's vision, and I'll gladly indulge him any historical eccentricities he wants, as long as he keeps making spectacular movies. The Hateful Eight is the second Western directed by Quentin Tarantino, the first being Django Unchained. This movie has a very different feel than Django, even though it started out as a sequel. It has all the Tarantino essentials. Great dialogue, good characters, intriguing story, and fantastic performances. The entire first 2 acts of the movie build a palpable tension. You never quite know what's going on until the reveal. The tension built with the dialogue and the closed room reminded me greatly of the opening scene in Inglourious Basterds, but extended for a greater period of time. You then get a fantastic exploitation payoff in the final third of the movie, making for an extremely satisfying ending. All of the performances are good in this movie. The standouts for me were Walter Goggins of Justified and The Shield fame, and Jennifer Jason Leigh as the woman being taken to be hanged. Each are fantastic in their respective roles. Hopefully Goggins can start getting some more movie parts after being showcased in a Tarantino masterpiece. The person for me who stole the show on every level is a Tarantino favorite, Samuel L. Jackson. Jackson does channel little jewels from Pulp Fiction, but saying he is doing the same thing here is a disservice to the performance. For me, I think he deserves an Oscar nomination for this performance. I don't think he'll get it because it'll be seen as him playing the same character he's played before, but I saw more in this role. I thought it was a more nuanced performance, and not the same badass mushroom cloud laying mother... my kid watches these. He chewed scenery and outshined a stellar cast and other fantastic performances. I have to at least mention Kurt Russell. He was great as well, though I think I preferred his performance in Bone Tomahawk, another Western, to this. Both movies are outstanding with great performances by Russell. If you haven't heard of the movie Bone Tomahawk, I'll put a link to it in the description below. The dialogue in it is very similar to Tarantino or a Coen Brothers movie. I don't want to say too much about the overall plot and story. What the trailers have shown is enough going in. Russell's character, John Ruth, is taking Jennifer Jason Leigh's character, Daisy, to be hanged. They get stuck in a blizzard and have to hold up at a convenience store, stuck with other people. Ruth suspects foul play at every turn, which you think is just paranoia at first. I won't say more than that, other than Tarantino does a masterful job of drawing you into this story and world. I love the little nods, like when characters drink coffee and the store they're in is still so cold that steam just explodes around their faces when they bring it up to their mouth. I also think Tarantino had a message he wanted to deliver with this movie. I don't think it's heavy-handed at all, but if you're looking for it, you can definitely see it. This movie is made to be seen in the cinema. If you can find a theater playing it in 70mm, I would recommend seeing it that way, just because that's the way Tarantino intends it to be seen. If not, then try to hold out for IMAX, though Star Wars has that locked up for a few more weeks. I've got to at least mention the score as well. It's phenomenal, just like every other score Tarantino puts together for a movie. It sets the mood and adds to the tension of the film. I found the entire movie to be engaging and entertaining. This is well worth seeing, and is a must-see in theaters if you're a Tarantino fan. I'll be buying it on Blu-ray whenever it makes its way to home release. For those who don't like his movies, then stay away, because this is very much a Tarantino film. It oozes his style and unique way of storytelling. He actually brings back a technique he paved the way for in the 90s and hasn't used in his last couple of films. Alright, so comment and let me know if you plan on seeing this movie in 70mm, and if you think it really makes that big of a difference. Would you want more filmmakers to bring back roadshows and make going to the movies more of an event? If you have seen the movie, comment and let me know what you've thought of it and the performances. Let me know what your favorite Tarantino film is, if you can really pick. Give me a thumbs up if you like my review, share and subscribe and all that fun stuff as well. Thanks for watching, and bye.